Life's greatest lessons often come wrapped in the most unexpected packages. Today, we're going to unwrap a truth that many of us have learned the hard way. One fake friend can do more damage than 5 enemies. A time when you trusted someone completely. You shared your dreams, your fears, your deepest secrets. You believed this person had your best interest at heart. Now imagine the gut-wrenching moment when you realized it was all a facade. The pain, the betrayal, the self-doubt that floods in. It's a tidal wave of emotions that can leave even the strongest among us feeling lost and vulnerable. This is the power of a fake friend. They do not attack from the outside like an enemy would. Instead, they infiltrate your defenses, learning your weaknesses and strike when you least expect it. It's a betrayal that cuts deep, often leaving scars that take years to heal. This painful experience, as devastating as it may be, holds within it the seeds of tremendous personal growth. It's an opportunity to develop a keener sense of judgment, to strengthen your emotional resilience, and to truly understand the value of genuine relationships. There was once a young entrepreneur named Jasmine. Bright-eyed and full of ambition, she had just launched her first startup. The long hours, the constant stress, the roller coaster of emotions, she was living the classic startup life. But Jasmine had a secret weapon, or so she thought. Her best friend from college, Mike, was by her side every step of the way. Mike was charming, charismatic, and seemed to know everyone in the industry. He was always there with a word of encouragement when Jasmine doubted herself, always ready with a solution when she hit a roadblock. Jasmine trusted Mike implicitly, confiding in him about every aspect of her business. What Jasmine didn't know was that Mike had his own agenda. He was using the information Jasmine shared to pitch her ideas to competing companies, presenting them as his own. He was sabotaging her partnerships behind her back, all while maintaining his facade of unwavering support. The day Jasmine discovered the truth was the day her world crumbled. Not only had she lost a friend, but her business was in jeopardy. The betrayal cut deep, leaving her questioning her judgment and her ability to trust anyone again. Instead of letting this betrayal defeat her, she used it as fuel. She channeled her pain into determination, her anger into focus. She worked harder than ever, double-checking every decision, scrutinizing every partnership. She built a network of genuine supporters, people whose actions consistently matched their words. 2 years later, Jasmine's company had not only survived but thrived. She had developed an uncanny ability to read people, to distinguish sincerity from fakery. The betrayal that could have ended her career became the catalyst for her success. Our greatest challenges often become our greatest teachers. The fake friend who betrays us can, paradoxically, be the one who teaches us the most valuable lessons about trust, resilience, and self-reliance. But would not it be easier to just avoid trusting people altogether? To keep everyone at arm's length? It's a tempting thought, especially when you are nursing the wounds of betrayal. But that path leads to isolation, to a life devoid of the rich, meaningful connections that make our journey worthwhile. The key is not to stop trusting, but to trust wisely, to develop the discernment to recognize genuine relationships and to have the courage to invest in them fully. It's about building your own emotional intelligence, sharpening your ability to read people's intentions, and aligning yourself with those whose actions consistently match their words. Every fake friend you encounter is an opportunity to refine your judgment, to strengthen your resilience, and to clarify your values. They are, in a sense, unwitting teachers showing you exactly what you do not want in your life and pushing you to define what you do want. Enemies, by their very nature, are obvious. Their intentions are clear. Their opposition is expected. We naturally put up our defenses when dealing with known adversaries. We scrutinize their words, question their motives, and prepare ourselves for their attacks. In a sense, enemies keep us sharp, alert, and prepared. A fake friend, on the other hand, operates behind a veil of trust. They disarm us with their seeming loyalty, their apparent concern for our well-being. We let down our guard, we open up, we become vulnerable, and it's in this state of vulnerability that the damage is done. An enemy might attack your reputation, your work, or your possessions, but a fake friend, they can attack your sense of self. They can make you question your judgment, your worth, your ability to trust. The wounds they inflict go far deeper than any external enemy could reach. Moreover, the damage done by a fake friend often extends beyond the personal realm. In Jasmine's case, her fake friend nearly destroyed her business. These are impacts that can have long-lasting repercussions, affecting not just the individual, but their families, their colleagues, and their communities, where we find the silver lining, the opportunity within the adversity. The experience of dealing with a fake friend, painful as it is, can be a catalyst for tremendous personal growth. It can push us to develop a level of emotional intelligence and resilience that we might never have achieved otherwise. Consider the skills you develop when recovering from such a betrayal. You learn to look beyond surface-level charm and to value consistency of character over fleeting impressions. This newfound discernment becomes a powerful tool in all areas of your life, from personal relationships to professional dealings. You start to recognize patterns of behavior that you might have overlooked before. The subtle inconsistencies, the small discrepancies between words and actions, these become clear signals that you can now interpret with greater accuracy. You discover reserves of strength you never knew you had as you rebuild your self-esteem and learn to trust again. This resilience is not just about bouncing back from betrayal. It's about developing a core of inner strength that can weather any storm. You learn that your worth is not determined by how others treat you, but by how you treat yourself and others. This emotional fortitude becomes a foundation upon which you can build a more fulfilling life. You realize that while genuine connections are valuable, true strength comes from within. This does not mean isolating yourself or becoming overly independent. Rather, it's about developing a sense of self that is not dependent on external validation. You learn to trust your own instincts, to value your own opinions, and to stand firm in your convictions even when faced with opposition or doubt. Having seen the damage that fakeness can do, you commit more deeply to being genuine in your own interactions. This commitment to authenticity ripples out into all areas of your life. You become more honest with yourself about your own feelings, desires, and limitations. This self-honesty, in turn, allows you to be more genuine with others, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Your experience gives you a deeper understanding of others who have been betrayed, allowing you to offer genuine support and wisdom. This enhanced empathy does not just apply to those who've experienced betrayal. You become more attuned to the subtle emotional cues of those around you, more sensitive to unspoken needs and feelings. This deepened empathy can transform your relationships, making you a better friend, partner, colleague, and leader. You learn the importance of setting and maintaining healthy boundaries in all your relationships. This skill is crucial, not just for protecting yourself from future betrayals, but for creating balanced, mutually respectful relationships in all areas of your life. You learn to communicate your needs clearly, to say no when necessary, and to respect the boundaries of others. This ability to create and maintain healthy boundaries becomes a cornerstone of your personal and professional growth. Not for the sake of the betrayer, but for your own peace of mind, you learn the liberating power of letting go of resentment. This does not mean condoning what was done to you or allowing the person back into your life. Instead, it's about freeing yourself from the burden of anger and bitterness. You learn that forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a way of reclaiming your power and moving forward, unencumbered by the weight of past hurts. These are skills and qualities that serve you well in every aspect of life. In your personal relationships, in your career, in your community involvement, they are the silver lining of the dark cloud of betrayal, the phoenix rising from the ashes of a shattered trust. But developing these qualities is not easy. It requires conscious effort, a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and others. It demands that we resist the temptation to become cynical, to close ourselves off from the possibility of genuine connections. The journey from betrayal to growth often follows a pattern. First comes the shock, the disbelief. We struggle to reconcile the person we thought we knew with the reality of their actions. This phase can be disorienting, leaving us questioning our own judgment and the authenticity of all our relationships. It's like the ground has suddenly shifted beneath our feet, and we are left trying to regain our balance in a world that no longer makes sense. During this phase, it's crucial to give yourself time and space to process what has happened. Do not rush to make sense of things or to get over it. Allow yourself to feel the full weight of the betrayal. This acknowledgement is the first step towards healing. Next comes anger. As the reality of the betrayal sinks in, we feel a deep sense of injustice. We may fantasize about revenge or confrontation. While this anger is natural, It's crucial not to let it consume us or drive us to actions we will later regret. Anger, when channeled properly, can be a powerful motivator for change. It can give us the energy we need to stand up for ourselves, to set new boundaries, and to make necessary changes in our lives. However, it's important to find healthy outlets for this anger. Physical exercise, creative expression, or talking with a trusted friend or a therapist can all be beneficial ways to process these intense emotions. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate the anger, but to use it constructively rather than destructively. Then comes the sadness, the mourning for what we thought we had. We grieve not just for the lost relationship, but for our own lost innocence, our shaken worldview. This phase can be the most challenging, as it requires us to sit with our pain, to fully acknowledge the depth of our hurt. During this stage, it's common to experience a range of emotions: sadness, loneliness, fear, and even guilt. You might find yourself replaying past interactions, looking for signs you might have missed. It's important to remember that this process, while painful, is a necessary part of healing. It's through this deep emotional work that we begin to make sense of what happened, start to rebuild our sense of self. But if we can move through these stages without getting stuck, we arrive at acceptance. This does not mean we condone what happened to us. Rather, we accept that it happened, that we can't change the past, but we can choose how we move forward. Acceptance does not happen overnight. It's a gradual process, often marked by setbacks and moments of doubt, but with each step forward, we gain strength and clarity. We begin to see that while we can't control the actions of others, we have complete control over our own responses and choices. And it's in this stage of acceptance that the real growth begins. We start to see the experience not as something that happened to us, but as something that happened for us. We recognize the lessons, the strength, the wisdom we have gained. We begin to reframe our story, seeing ourselves not as victims of betrayal, but as survivors, as warriors who have emerged stronger from the battle. This reframing is crucial. It's the difference between being defined by our wounds and being empowered by our scars. It's what allows us to step back into the world, open to new connections, but with a wiser, more discerning heart. So how do we navigate this journey from betrayal to growth? How do we ensure that our experience with a fake friend becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block? Here are some strategies. Allow yourself to feel. Do not rush to get over it. Give yourself permission to experience the full range of emotions that come with betrayal. Each feeling has something to teach you. Suppressing or denying these emotions only prolongs the healing process. By allowing yourself to feel, you are acknowledging the significance of what happened and giving yourself the opportunity to process it fully. Reflect, do not ruminate. There's a fine line between processing what happened and obsessing over it. Reflection leads to insights. Rumination leads to stagnation. Learn to recognize the difference. Reflection involves asking yourself constructive questions. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? Rumination, on the other hand, involves repetitive, negative thought patterns that keep you stuck in the past. If you find yourself ruminating, try to gently redirect your thoughts to more constructive reflections. Surround yourself with genuine, supportive people. Their presence can remind you that not everyone is untrustworthy, helping you maintain a balanced perspective. This might mean leaning on longtime friends, family members, or even seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor. Remember, seeking support is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your commitment to healing and growth. Resist the urge to blame yourself. Trusting others is a strength, not a weakness. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend in a similar situation. Self-compassion involves recognizing that suffering and personal inadequacy are part of the shared human experience. By treating yourself with kindness and understanding, you create a supportive internal environment that fosters healing and growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can it make me stronger, wiser, more resilient? Focus on these growth opportunities. Every experience, no matter how painful, carries within it the seeds of valuable lessons. By actively seeking out these lessons, you transform your pain into wisdom, your setback into a setup for a comeback. Use your newfound wisdom to define what you want and do not want in your relationships. Be clear about your values and boundaries. This does not mean becoming closed off or overly guarded. Instead, it's about being intentional in your relationships, choosing to invest your time and energy in connections that align with your values and support your growth. Rebuilding trust in others and in your own judgment takes time. Start with small acts of vulnerability and gradually work your way up as you feel more confident. This might mean sharing a personal story with a new friend, collaborating on a project with a colleague, or opening up about your feelings to a family member. Each small step builds your confidence and reinforces your ability to form healthy, trusting relationships. When you are ready, consider sharing your story and insights with others who might be going through similar experiences. Your wound, once healed, becomes a source of strength for others. By sharing your journey, you not only help others, but also reinforce your own growth and healing. It transforms your painful experience into a source of hope and guidance for others. The goal is not to become paranoid or mistrustful. It's to develop a healthy skepticism balanced with an openness to genuine connections. It's about learning to trust wisely, not blindly. You will likely find that your relationships take on a new depth and authenticity. You will attract people who appreciate your genuineness, who are drawn to your strength and wisdom. You will find yourself building connections based on shared values and mutual respect, rather than superficial charm or fleeting commonalities. In your professional life, you may notice that you are better equipped to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. Your enhanced ability to read people and situations can become a valuable asset, helping you build strong teams, negotiate effectively, and lead with integrity. You will become more adept at recognizing authentic leadership and differentiating it from manipulative or self-serving behavior. This skill is invaluable in today's complex business environment, where emotional intelligence and relationship building skills are increasingly recognized as key factors in professional success. Moreover, your experience will likely make you a more empathetic and effective leader yourself. Having experienced betrayal, you will be more attuned to the importance of building trust within your team. You will understand the value of transparency, consistency, and follow-through in your words and actions. You may find that you are better at managing conflicts and addressing issues head-on rather than letting them fail. Your increased self-awareness and emotional resilience will allow you to stay calm and focused even in high-pressure situations, a quality that sets great leaders apart from merely good ones. In your personal life, you may find that your friendships, while perhaps fewer in number, are richer in quality. You will have a deeper appreciation for those who stand by you through thick and thin, whose actions consistently align with their words. You will likely become more discerning in your choice of friends and romantic partners. Rather than being swayed by charm or first impressions, you will look for qualities like consistency, integrity, and emotional maturity. You will value actions over words, substance over style. This does not mean you will become cynical or closed off. On the contrary, when you do open up to others, your connections will be deeper and more meaningful. You will have the courage to be vulnerable, knowing that true strength lies not in pretending to be invulnerable, but in having the courage to be authentic. You may also find that you become a better friend yourself. Your increased empathy and understanding will make you more attuned to the needs and feelings of others. You will be better equipped to offer genuine support and compassion, having experienced firsthand the power of authentic connections in the healing process. This newfound depth in your relationships extends beyond just friendships. It permeates every aspect of your interpersonal interactions, from family dynamics to professional collaborations. You will find yourself more patient with others, more willing to see situations from multiple perspectives, and more adept at navigating complex emotional landscapes. In family relationships, you may notice a shift in how you approach conflicts or misunderstandings. Instead of reacting defensively or jumping to conclusions, you will be more inclined to seek understanding, to listen actively, and to communicate your own needs and feelings with clarity and compassion. This can lead to stronger, more resilient family bonds built on a foundation of mutual respect and genuine understanding. Your journey of healing and growth will likely inspire those around you. As you share your experiences and the wisdom you have gained, you may find that others are drawn to your strength and authenticity. You become a living testament to the power of resilience, a beacon of hope for those who may be struggling with their own experiences of betrayal or disappointment. This ripple effect of your personal growth can extend far beyond your immediate circle. Your story or journey becomes a source of inspiration and guidance for others. You may find opportunities to mentor younger colleagues, to volunteer in community organizations, or even to speak publicly about your experiences. In doing so, you transform your personal pain into a force for a positive change in the world. Moreover, your experience with a fake friend will likely enhance your ability to recognize and appreciate genuine kindness and authenticity in others. You will develop a keen eye for sincerity, able to distinguish between empty flattery and genuine appreciation. This skill will serve you well in all areas of life, from personal relationships to professional networking. In the workplace, this enhanced perception can be particularly valuable. You'll be better equipped to build strong, effective teams based on trust and mutual respect. Your ability to recognize authentic leadership qualities will help you align yourself with mentors and colleagues who can truly support your growth and success. Furthermore, your journey through betrayal and recovery will likely instill in you a deeper sense of purpose and values. Having faced the stark contrast between authenticity and deception, you will have a clearer understanding of what truly matters to you. This clarity of purpose can be a powerful driving force in your life, guiding your decisions and actions with a sense of integrity and conviction. You may find yourself reassessing your life goals and priorities. What once seemed important may pale in comparison to the value you now place on genuine relationships and personal growth. This shift in perspective can lead to bold life changes. Perhaps a career switch to a field more aligned with your values, or a renewed commitment to personal development and self-improvement. Your experience may also spark a passion for helping others navigate similar challenges. You might be drawn to volunteer work, counseling, or advocacy roles where you can use your hard-won wisdom to support others on their journey of healing and growth. This sense of purpose, of turning your pain into a force for good, can be incredibly fulfilling and healing in itself. You will likely develop a deeper sense of self-trust. Having weathered the storm of betrayal and emerged stronger, you will have a newfound confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. This self-trust becomes a solid foundation upon which you can build a life of authenticity and purpose. This does not mean you will never doubt yourself or face challenges again, but it does mean that you will approach these challenges with a resilience and self-assurance that comes from knowing you have overcome significant adversity before. You will trust in your ability to learn, adapt, and grow, no matter the circumstances. Your journey will also likely lead to a more nuanced understanding of trust itself. Rather than seeing trust as an all-or-nothing proposition, you will recognize it as a spectrum, something that's earned incrementally over time. You will become more comfortable with the idea of trusting gradually, of allowing people to prove themselves through consistent actions rather than immediate unquestioning acceptance. This nuanced approach to trust can lead to more stable, sustainable relationships in all areas of your life. You will be less likely to fall into the trap of instant, superficial connections, and more inclined to invest in relationships that demonstrate depth, consistency, and mutual respect over time. As you apply these lessons in your daily life, you may notice a shift in your overall sense of well-being. The constant vigilance and suspicion that often follow a betrayal will gradually give way to a more balanced, discerning approach to relationships. You will find yourself more at peace, more confident in your ability to navigate the complexities of human interactions. This inner peace does not come from naive trust or willful ignorance of potential threats. Rather, it stems from a deep-seated confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. You know that even if you encounter another fake friend or face betrayal again, you have the tools and the resilience to not just survive, but to thrive. Your journey of healing and growth may also lead you to a greater appreciation for the concept of forgiveness. This does not mean excusing the actions of those who've hurt you or allowing toxic people back into your life. Instead, it's about releasing the hold that anger and resentment have on you, freeing yourself to move forward unburdened by the weight of past hurts. Forgiveness, in this context, becomes a gift you give yourself. It's a recognition that holding on to anger only prolongs your own suffering, while letting go opens the door to peace and continued growth. This capacity for forgiveness, born from your own healing journey, can become a powerful tool for maintaining your emotional well-being in the face of life's inevitable disappointments and conflicts. As you continue to apply the lessons learned from your experience with a fake friend, you may find that your ability to read people and situations extends beyond just identifying potential threats. you will likely become more adept at recognizing genuine opportunities for connection and growth, able to spot sincerity and authenticity with the same keen perception that allows you to identify fakeness. This balanced perspective, neither naive nor overly cynical, allows you to approach life with a sense of openness tempered by wisdom. You are able to embrace new experiences and relationships while maintaining healthy boundaries and trusting your instincts. Your journey may also lead you to a deeper understanding of human nature itself. You will recognize that people are complex, capable of both great kindness and profound betrayal. This understanding can foster a sense of compassion, not just for others, but for yourself as well. You will be less likely to engage in harsh self-judgment for past mistakes, recognizing that growth and learning are lifelong processes. You may be surprised to find a sense of gratitude emerging, not gratitude for the betrayal itself, but for the growth and strength it catalyzed in you. This shift in perspective, from victim to victor, from wounded to healed, is perhaps the most profound transformation of all. The experience of dealing with a fake friend, while painful, can indeed be a powerful catalyst for personal growth and self-discovery. It pushes us to develop emotional intelligence, resilience, and discernment that serve us well in all areas of life. Through this journey, we learn to trust wisely, to value authenticity, and to recognize the power of genuine connections. We discover reserves of strength we never knew we had, emerging from the experience not as victims, but as empowered individuals with a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. We learn to balance openness with discernment, vulnerability with strength, and trust with wisdom. Ultimately, we come to realize that one fake friend can indeed do more damage than 5 enemies, but only if we let it. By choosing to learn and grow from the experience, we transform that potential damage into a force for positive change in our lives. We become not just survivors of betrayal, but thrivers, individuals who have used adversity as a stepping stone to a richer, more authentic life. So let this be your rallying cry, your personal manifesto. One fake friend may do more damage than 5 enemies, but the person you become in overcoming the betrayal is capable of more good than you ever imagined. Embrace your journey, trust in your resilience, and step forward into a life of authentic connections, purposeful growth, and unwavering self-trust. For in doing so, you not only transform your own life, but become a beacon of hope and inspiration for others on their own journeys of healing and growth. Thank you